Mr. Ganapathi, who's joining us. He's Vice Chairman and Managing Director of Gokaldas Exports. A very good morning to you, sir. We've broken a story a few minutes ago that says that some Indian exporters have begun receiving letters from large US clients asking to pause or stop shipments. Can you just give us a sense of what you have been facing, experiencing or seeing since these 50% tariffs were announced and now 25% tariffs have come into effect?
So see, when the first 25% came in, it was a surprise because we were higher than competing countries like Vietnam, Bangladesh, Indonesia, and so on and so forth. But then it was only 5% higher. So 20 became the new normal or the new zero, and we were 5% over. We could still manage it. It was better than several other worst case scenarios. But when an additional 25% got slapped onto it, that makes the case very challenging, and we need to see how long that this will last. In the interim, we will have to just deal with it. Most of the brands are who buy from India have a twin challenge. One is how do we get absorb this, and obviously the response to that would be, can we look at other regions? But the issue is India exports about 5 billion, and it's hard to find $5 billion worth of capacity elsewhere in the world at short notice. Nobody is keeping so much of capacity vacant. So it will get built over a time, but in the interim, we will have to deal with India and this high tariff. And the best outcome would be that some sense will prevail in the next 90 days, where some tariff rationalization can happen. An even better outcome or ideal outcome would be that this gets resolved before the additional 25% tariff kicks in by end of this month. So in the interim, brands are having discussions with us. Nobody has issued any letters or anything, but they're having discussions with us saying, how do we handle this? What are some of the mitigating options? Do we have capacities outside of India where we can look at? So all of those options will always be discussed, but then these are early days.
What's happening, Mr. Ganapathi, to the inventories that are currently lined up for export? Because obviously, as you said, that 5% extra right now exists, and in 20 days odd, you will have that additional 25%. So it's practically tomorrow. So how are you going to deal with that inventory?
So whatever we can ship before that extra 25% kick in, that will always be prioritized, right? And anyway, till September or early October, we have orders which were already booked, and these orders are contractually closed. So we will continue to do it. So what we are talking about is orders for the third quarter, which were in place but which will get renegotiated or rediscussed. And that's what we're dealing. So we have some time to react to it. Nevertheless, we'll have to resolve it as fast as we could because, we will have to find solutions. One good thing about Gokaldas is $100 million of our revenue comes from Africa. That part is intact. On the contrary, we are seeing some arbitrage benefit coming there. So incremental, inquiries for additional production from that region is happening. So to the extent we have capacities outside of India, we're good. The ones which are in India, we are finding resolutions for those and hoping for the best.
Mr. Ganapathi, two-part question. One, the way US companies have to find alternatives if the tariffs stay. You need to find alternate markets if indeed US cannot buy, right? So are there alternate markets because of the UK FTA, because of other FTAs that India is doing? Part one of the question is that. Part two is this, sir, that you are at 10-11% operating profit margins. Would you bite the bullet and go for higher sales or continued sales to the US if they happen at the cost of margins for you?
Okay, so to answer the first question about diversification of markets, that's a process which is on. If you look at our fourth quarter, exports to Europe, which includes UK, its contribution was about 13.4% for us. Whereas, not fourth quarter, I'm sorry, first quarter of this financial year. Whereas first quarter of last financial year, we were at 8%. So 8 to 13.4 is a jump that we have executed in this period. And now we will go even more aggressively. We have strong relationship with customers in Europe and UK, and that's growing pretty considerably, albeit of a smaller base. So that pivot will happen. The growth of European customers will happen. As far as the second question is concerned, regarding will we forsake margins to go after sales? It's a more tricky question. There is a lot more at discussions. We may be willing to forsake a portion of it, a part of it, but we also have to, stay relevant and continue to invest in the business. So there will be negotiations. It's early to speculate as to which way, those, mutual give and takes will happen.
Just wondering, Mr. Ganapathi, are there conversations on right now with the government on any kind of support or help coming in? Of course, yours is a very large company, but then there are several exporters in this field who are stuck, and there needs to be some government support coming in. Are those conversations on? What is it that you're hoping for?
So the industry obviously has reached out to the government, and there are conversations. Again, early days. What's important is that a large number of workers and their livelihoods are at stake. This industry employs a humongous number. For instance, Gokaldas itself in India, we employ about 40,000 people. Most of them, 80+% of them, are women. So clearly, we need to protect their jobs. We need to find solutions for this. And, we are hoping that we'll be able to work with the government to find the right solution. Any solution will have to address it quick and, for the period when an incremental tariff lasts, so that we can keep the business in India, keep the business going while a solution can be found between the two countries.
Sir, this is the last question. Thank you so much for the patience that you've had with us.
Sure.
Just the fact that in the first quarter, as you pointed out, you have increased your share from Europe and UK. You've been aggressive there, but at this juncture, it still has 72% of the consolidated revenue coming from the United States. So even if directionally you intend to reduce your dependence, how fast can you take it, even if you are aggressive?
No, I think if we have to take, say, that 72 down to 50, I think, in my opinion, it will take a minimum of a year or more likely 2 years to get there. So it's a journey. It's a longer journey. We will try to do it as fast as we could, because it's not easy to just pivot out at the snap of our fingers. Most of the new clients that we onboard take a year to ramp up, etc. So we'll have to go through that.
Yeah. Appreciate that you've taken the time, and look forward to speaking to you again soon.
Thank you so much.